The new Ram temple has been consecrated in India's Ayodhya. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the ceremony as the Yajman, or the chief patron of the rituals. He addressed a crowd of 7,000 after completing the ritual.
से 1000 साल बाद भी लोग आज की इस तारीख की, आज के इस पल की चर्चा करेंगे और ये कितनी बड़ी राम कृपा है कि हम सब इस पल को जी रहे हैं, इसे साक्षात घटित होते देख रहे हैं। मैं आज प्रभु श्री राम से क्षमा याचना भी करता हूं। हमारे पुरुषार्थ, हमारे त्याग, तपस्या में कुछ तो कमी रह गई होगी कि हम इतनी सदियों तक ये कार्य कर नहीं पाए। आज वो कमी पूरी हुई है।
The Prime Minister was on a fast for the last 11 days. As part of the rituals, he had to sleep on the floor all these days. The Prime Minister also ended his fast after the consecration by consuming the prasadam or Panchamrit. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Governor of the state, and RSS Chief Mohan Bhagwat accompanied the Prime Minister in the rituals that were performed inside the Sanctum Sanctorum. Shortly after this, the Prime Minister addressed 7,000 guests present at the premises just now. Meanwhile, worshippers rejoiced in Ayodhya as religious fervor and devotion took over the town. For many months now, the town of Ayodhya has been in the process of getting a massive facelift for this massive ceremony. A new airport, a refurbished railway station, broadened and beautified roads are among the over $3 billion worth projects that were launched in the temple city. The Grand Temple, built over the commonly believed site that marks the birthplace of Hindu deity Ram, a Supreme Court judgment on the Ram Janmabhoomi title suit in 2019 paved the way for the construction of the Ram Temple. The ruling Bharatiya Janata Party and allied groups have been demanding the construction of a Ram Temple at the site for at least 4 decades now. The Prime Minister of India had laid the foundation of the temple in 2020. Our correspondent Molly Gambhir is now joining us live from Ayodhya. Molly Gambhir, good to see you. Probably you can tell us your experience for the day and take us through the events that happened today in Ayodhya.
Right, what a day it has been, Eric. Starting off with the very fact that this has been called a national festival by some of the devotees we were speaking to throughout the day. The enthusiasm levels, by the way, have only been peaking in the build-up to that Ram Temple consecration ceremony, and during and post that ceremony as well. Devotees have been celebrating and dancing away and sharing their gratitude for the fact that they feel privileged and lucky enough to be here in Ayodhya for this historic event. The Indian Prime Minister leading the consecration ceremony at the Ram Temple, being the highlight of the day, which also means that this was the day when the temple was dedicated to the public. And that, in a way, was a very significant message as a part of the Indian Prime Minister's public address as well, which was delivered a short while after the consecration ceremony. The symbolism, of course, has been that of the legacy of Lord Ram, which, like we've been discussing with our experts as well, we've been speaking to, that it transcends borders. The very fact that we've seen the kind of participation taking place around the world when it comes to the events and the festivities that have been organized. Also the very fact that there were so many people from around the world who were watching this broadcast, watching the ceremony broadcast live. Here in Ayodhya, devotees were present from different parts of not just the state of Uttar Pradesh, but from around the country. Like I said, they wanted to make sure that they were a part of this event and be here in Ayodhya for it. The nearly 7,000 dignitaries, VVIPs, celebrities, film personalities, sports personalities who were invited for the consecration ceremony. In fact, some of them we've seen leaving along this route as well. Where we are standing, just for context, is an arterial junction here in Ayodhya. It's called the Lata Mangeshkar Chowk, and here is where we'd also seen a stream of dignitaries arriving for that ceremony. The devotees have been talking about how this has been a special day for them, not just for the fact that they've been able to be a part of this grand occasion, but for the fact that this has been a long drawn journey, they say, for which they wanted to make sure that they leave no stone unturned to also contribute in their own way. For example, earlier we were talking about how different sections of the devotees here had contributed. For example, a man from Hyderabad who along with 30 workers working around the clock, had assembled a 1265 kg laddu for the ceremony. Apart from that, what was being called the world's largest lock came in here all the way from Aligarh. These are gestures and the expression of devotion on part of these people who were not just physically present here, but also watching that ceremony broadcast live.
Molly, for me, being a foreigner in India, I've heard this greeting all day today, Jai Shri Ram. If you greet people like that, they are enthusiastic about that. Probably you can tell us, and you can tell our audience, the significance of this day.
Indeed, Eric, and the loud chants of Jai Shri Ram that have been witnessed throughout that ceremony in the build-up as well. In fact, what Ayodhya looks like today is a lot different as compared to what it looked like 2 days ago, for instance, given the fact that hectic security arrangements have been put in place. So today, for example, only vehicles that were authorized to be allowed to enter Ayodhya were let in. But despite that fact, we had so many of these devotees lining up on either side of this road that in itself is symbolic of the significance of this event and the kind of participation that it saw here. People coming in from different parts of India, some have walked hundreds of kilometers. That again is symbolic of how important this event has been for these people. Apart from that, the message that the Indian Prime Minister also gave, talking about how this is not just a temple, it's about the philosophy, it's about the unity. And that, again, is an important message that this day actually put forth. And the devotees have been talking about how they have been celebrating this occasion in the run-up to the event as well, but now more so given the fact that the consecration ceremony has officially culminated.
Molly Gambhir, live in Ayodhya, I would say Dhanyavad, which means thank you.